Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread, and the way it works is a look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Office Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this is a Cancer energy here, and for you guys, that's your third house communication. So I can see this coming across a couple different ways. One way could just be saying that you might have just really been enjoying your time with your friends and giving off that energy that you were enjoying being single. For others of you, could just be saying that you might have just been maintaining a friendship with this person, not necessarily letting them know that you had an interest in them as more than a friend. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. Yeah, that's primarily what I'm getting there. So it definitely looks like something that was more on a friendship level, and you didn't really necessarily reveal them that you had feelings for anything more than that. And you might have even met through mutual friends as well. Past energy on their side, we have the King of Chalices. So this is actually a court card for Scorpio. And seeing this come up here, I feel like this is saying that they probably had deep feelings for you and saw a potential for a long-term connection with you, but at the same time, I feel like they might have been a bit closed off around expressing their feelings as well. So it definitely looks like in the past, the two of you might have been a bit more closed-lipped about your feelings for each other. All right, present energy on your side. We have the Eight of Staves, which is Sagittarius energy. Princess of Coins, which is the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles, and we have Illusion, which is the equivalent of the Moon. So for some of you, I feel like this is saying that there's a lot of communication taking place between the two of you, and definitely I feel like there's, at the very least, a strong physical attraction to each other. But with this Princess of Coins energy, there could be a bit of a doubt on your mind as to whether or not you guys could actually become something more stable as far as an actual commitment goes. And it looks like with that Moon card showing up there that you're definitely still just confused around that. So for some of you, there could even be a desire to present something to them, right? To see, hey, would you want to turn this into a committed relationship? But like I said, I feel like you don't necessarily get that clear feeling from them. So with that Scorpio energy, that could be coming across a bit secretive to you, where you're like, okay, I can't really get a read on them. Are they actually into me for more than just a physical, or what's going on here? So that could be what you're going through right now, trying to figure that out. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Ten of Wands. So Sagittarius energy on their side as well. And for you guys, that's 8th house. So yeah, it looks like there's definitely probably a pretty heavy sexual attraction toward each other. But at the same time here, I feel like this is saying that it's still unclear as to whether or not you guys can do more than that, right? So with this showing up that in their present position, it could just be saying that they might feel like that's all that they could offer at this time. They might just be having some doubts themselves too as to whether or not this could actually turn into something more long-term and stable. All right, future energy on your side, we have Desire. So this is actually the equivalent of the Chariot in traditional tarot, which is Cancer energy again. So just like we saw in the past position for you guys. So yeah, at the very least, this could just be saying that maybe in the future you might actually express to this person that, hey, I actually do see the potential for this to be something more long-term and committed, right? So it could just be one of those things where eventually it just comes out of you where like, okay, I have to express myself around the situation rather than just, keeping it more casual and all the back and forth there. So yeah, looks like there could be some communication coming up around that. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Ace of Chalices, which is the equivalent of the Ace of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here, and to see this coming up, primarily what I'm seeing with this could just be saying that they might still have something from their past that comes up in their mind at times, so they might not fully be over an ex, and maybe that's why they've been a bit closed off with you guys as well. The reason I say that is if we look at the artwork there, we see the two people on the couch, and then, oh, if we get it to focus, there we go. And it looks like there's that figure over their shoulder, right? And it's like she's looking back toward it. So it could just be saying that there's, someone from their past that they haven't fully gotten over yet. So it's like there's the desire to start something with you, but at the same time, that could be something that pops up in their mind from time to time. I don't necessarily see an indicator that they would actually act on it, but of course, that could be a distraction. And with that Eight of Swords energy, if we think about it in traditional tarot, there's someone who seems reluctant to move forward, right? So that could be the blockage that you guys have going on right now as far as why they don't necessarily feel ready to move into a commitment with you at this time. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Six of Arrows. So this is actually Aquarius energy here. At the time of recording this, we more or less just got out of those degrees of Aquarius. So this could just be saying that you guys might have recently been going through this energy of, okay, maybe you took some time away to think about, what you wanted to do regarding this connection. But yeah, either way, this looks like some peace restored within the situation. So I don't necessarily feel like there's animosity between the two of you, but definitely a little bit of confusion. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Four of Chalices. So yeah, seeing this here, I do have a feeling that there could just be someone in their environment that might be coming to them. So for the majority of you, I feel like it's more that they would be the ones pursuing the person you're interested in versus the other way around. But it is something to keep in mind, that there is someone else that's probably going to still be in the picture trying to get back with this person. Like I said, for the majority, I didn't necessarily get a feeling that it would be successful on their part, to where, like I said, it doesn't seem like they have a genuine interest to be back with that person, but I do feel like that person's going to keep popping up from time to time. So something to be mindful of there. And quite frankly, if we think about this in a more traditional sense, the Four of Chalices, the Four of Cups energy, it does show that energy of not being satisfied with what's being offered, right? So again, that's another indicator to me that yes, even if this person does come around, I feel like they're not necessarily going to be interested in them, but can't hurt to know that there might be someone in the picture, and that could be what's causing them to hesitate toward moving into connection with you. All right, so move on to the Oracle card, see what we get from there. So first we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and what I'm looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. And initially I'll be looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while and I have anything coming up, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card that way. So let's see what we get. Yep, got one there. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and those two don't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what we got with those. But first we'll start with your side. We have time. There we go. It says, I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? So interesting there, because I don't necessarily see that as being your energy that's stalling things. I feel like it'd be more the other person. But at the very least, that might have been in the past where, like I said, for some of you, it looks like primarily in the past, you guys were just playing it off like, hey, you're just enjoying being single, right? You don't really see anything with this person. So maybe that could be what sparked for you guys that Eight of Wands energy that we see in the present, which is like, okay, I've kept it at this level for a while now, and now I actually want to pursue it. So I can see that playing out in the present for you guys. Other than that, it seemed like that would almost resonate more with their side. But let's see what we have over here. Okay, we have memory. It says, I miss you. All right. So yeah, I mean, for some of you, there could have been a flat out separation. I didn't necessarily pick up on that too much. And then we have sensitive. So it says, thinking about you makes me emotional, and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. So yeah, interesting to see that message there, because that's kind of energy I was picking up on in the past with them with the King of Chalices, where, like I said, I feel like they had those feelings and saw the potential for a long term connection with you, but at the same time, they might have been pretty closed off about those feelings too. So I could definitely see where that fits in the overall picture. All right, so lastly, what we'll do is we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. All right, that one's didn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see what we got. Okay, we have Truth Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So let's see what it says. See, I could definitely see that being more of a thing in the present, where, like I said, it looks like in the past you might have just been playing off like you were just doing your single thing. Well, I shouldn't even say playing off. For some of you might have genuinely been there, but then it looks like you started to have some feelings grow and you actually want to communicate that to this person. Okay, it says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The oracle's message: there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion, will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. So interesting message there. And yeah, like I said, it looks like in the present there will be communication for sure. In the past, it looks like neither of you really expressing that there were feelings, but it looks like that will be changing. All right, the relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So we have a pretty positive message there. Like I said, it does look like this person has a genuine interest in you. It does seem like there's still someone from their past that keeps lingering in the picture. But like I said, I don't really pick up that they're interested in that person anymore. But it could still be causing a bit of a blockage for you guys at this time. So hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.